Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Robert Mycone, who is here on behalf of the Bridge Club. Well, Robert, so nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Thanks for the opportunity. We've been interviewed before on TV6 by you and your compatriots, but the whole process stopped about 16 months ago?
Yes, exactly. Now, you guys have been really good at online stuff. We did have a interview here and there, and you guys have found new life online.
Yeah, exactly. And unlike golf, it's very hard to play a golf online, but you sure can play bridge online with people from all over the world. So when we couldn't use Clubhouse 7 anymore, which, by the way, is one of the biggest bridge clubs in America, when we couldn't use Clubhouse 7, March 11th of 2020, we immediately, with the prior president of the Bridge Club, Susan Denenholtz, initiated online bridge. We built our own club online. We gave people passwords online. We even got my 94-year-old neighbor to sign online and play bridge online. She'd never done anything like that before.
That's great.
Yeah. So bridge survived and flourished during the shutdown, but face-to-face bridge is what we do at the club for competitive reasons, social reasons, et cetera, actually died for 16 months, but it just opened on July 6th when we had access to Clubhouse 7.
And how'd that go?
It went great. We spent about 3 weeks in preparation. We took the number of tables down to give additional spacing for the tables. Our national organization, the American Contract Bridge League, ACBL, has safety regulations. So we put hand sanitizer on every table. And then we asked everybody who showed up at the club to show their vaccination card, which most of them had done right at Clubhouse 7 during the first half of this year. And really, nobody complained. There was not a single phone call complaining about it or vaccine passports. We did not have a mask mandate, but our standards for safety are slightly tighter than VMS and GRF are. Not that they're different, because just to be different, the ACBL runs a big national organization, and it's totally out of control if you allow people to come in all over the world without going through safety protocols. So we follow them very carefully, and our people love it.
That's awesome. And now, of course, there is a little bit of a concern that some of our vaccinations, there's still a slight chance of having symptoms and contracting the Delta variant. So how will you change going forward?
Well, I don't think we're going to change anything. I mean, people that are cognizant of that are probably going to stay home and play online. But people who want to play bridge and compete every day face to face, which, by the way, is the attraction of duplicate bridge and ACBL bridge, is the competitive aspect, because people that used to play golf like me, or people, I know a pro soccer player who broke his kneecap a few times and he became a professional bridge player. It's the perfect competitive sport for people over the age of 79. How about that? 69, 59, actually 59 is a better number.
I would imagine you have, all ages playing bridge, right?
Well, not in Laguna Woods, Lisa, unless there's a tournament or something like that. Interestingly, the survey done a few years ago, there's 30 million people in the United States who know how to play bridge, who have played bridge at least once. That's roughly 10% of the population. So if you look at Laguna Woods with 18,000 people and figure that we are slightly older, slightly wealthier, and learn bridge earlier in our lives, there's 2,000 bridge players in Laguna Woods.
Wow.
Yeah, there is. The most we've ever had show up on one day is 400. But on a typical day before the shutdown, it was 150 to 180 people, that makes us a big club.
Exactly. Yeah, you are a big club. I've always heard you had great turnouts. So that's awesome that you're able to accommodate everybody. I've heard a couple of people say, why they love bridge, and the social aspect is huge. In fact, people fall in love in bridge.
They have. Actually, one of the prior presidents of the club, John Luby, and his wife, Donna Dualaby, actually met at the bridge table and launched a relationship which has been intact for many, many years, perhaps a decade. They travel all over the country to bridge tournaments. But the reason that people enjoy playing bridge, besides the social aspect, is that it not only helps you compete and keep your mind sharp, but there's some statistics like bridge players on the average outlive the average citizen by 8 to 10 years.
Wow.
So the incidence of dementia and Alzheimer's is incredibly low in the bridge community as a whole, because you're keeping your brain active.
Yes.
In fact, the statistics for bridge players are more like college professors. College professors work into their 90s and they never lose their brains. That's another interesting statistic. So bridge players are very much like college professors, but they typically don't have the patches on their elbows.
Well, what do you attribute that to?
Well, first the competitive and the social aspect, but also it is a cure for loneliness. It really is. If you're ever feeling alone and want to meet a new friend, you can walk into any bridge club in America, including this one right here in Laguna Woods, one of the largest, and meet a new friend every day.
Right.
In fact, it's also the cure for boredom. I have a bumper sticker that says Bridge, the cure for loneliness and boredom. I say it all the time. I've said it on TV, I've said it on radio, and I finally got a bumper sticker. But it really, really is. And I've always had an active mind when I was in my career. I did talk radio, as I mentioned to you earlier. And in the off hours when I wasn't doing research, I was miserably bored. So I had to get into something. You just can't read circulars and research reports all the time. It'll drive you crazy.
Right.
So sure, I got into competitive bridge and became the president of the club this year. And our task has been to rebuild the club, which is a different club now than it was before the shutdown. Yeah. Much safer, much better lighting. We got the best parking in America. We have the best facility in America. Mm-hmm. And, candidly, we're one of the better revenue producers for VMS and GRF, as you probably know. Yeah.
Exactly. So, when you think about the game of bridge, I mean, it is competitive, like you mentioned. Mm-hmm. There's counting involved. There's a lot of movement and things like that. Why choose bridge instead of another, like mahjong, for instance?
Well, bridge has a lifetime goal that those other sports do not. Even golf does not. When I was a top amateur golfer, I had a goal to win a state amateur championship. I never did. I finished second once when I was a junior. But I had to retire from golf because of my back problem. So I can't play golf anymore. Of course, some people say I never could play golf, but that's a different subject. So I took up competitive bridge, and I know a lot of people who did exactly the same thing when they can't play sports anymore. But bridge is not an intellectual or an elitist game as some people think it is. Two rumors about bridge. First of all, that the people are rude. Well, perhaps 10 years ago that was true. And in fact, rudeness has been virtually eliminated from the bridge community. I say virtually because anybody that is rude to a director or to another player is going to get a free day pass to stay home from the club for a couple days. So we don't tolerate it at all. And we actively recruit new players to come into the club and get to see the new face of bridge.
Great.
The second myth is that it's a difficult game. It's not at all. Can you count to 13?
Oh, yeah.
There are only 13 cards in your hand. Each player only has 13 cards. So there's billions and trillions of combinations of hands that can be dealt. You only have 13 cards. Mm-hmm. And if you have, for example, 7 spades and 6 hearts, you have a very, very good hand, and you know it.
Okay.
Now, another aspect of a bridge that is important, and besides the lifetime goal of becoming a life master, which is sanctioned by the American Contract Bridge League, which is a nationwide organization, another aspect of bridge is that duplicate bridge normalizes the play. Let me give you an example. If you never played bridge before, and I've been playing for decades, and you were dealt all the aces and kings, mm-hmm. you would beat me and my partner that day just on the luck of the draw.
Wow.
Many, many games are like that. But duplicate bridge is a trick-taking game, just like war. And I'm sure you've played war. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Except you have to follow suit. People don't like that, but you have to follow suit. Lead a spade, you have to follow with a spade. Mm-hmm. Well, in war and in follow suit war or any of those sorts of games, luck is the big determiner of the winner. In duplicate bridge, it's not. For example, there are only 13 tricks in the game. If you lead an ace, you win the trick. If you lead a 2, you probably lose the trick.
Okay.
So, but there's only 13 tricks. So how is it possible that a person sitting at a table can take 7 out of 13 tricks on a hand? And at the very next table with the very next hand, a person will take 9 or 10 tricks. How is that possible? Mm-hmm. It's the skill of the player.
So they know exactly what to play based on, their experience.
What the opponent, exactly. Mm-hmm. You got it. And we've all done that in war and hearts and all kinds of other silly games that don't lead to lifetime achievement. Bridge does. And we have a huge cadre of life masters right here in Laguna Woods.
Yep. Yeah, I know you guys have a great program, and we've always been very impressed by how many people, the competition, as well as the organization itself. So you definitely are speaking in the right direction because you for sure know your club. Tell me, when is bridge available for people to play?
Yeah, the big challenge now, Lisa, is to bring new players. I said that there's 30 million bridge players in America. There's 2,000 in Laguna Woods. Well,
Right.
we have about 350 or 400 we can name. Where are the other 1,600? I really
Hmm.
don't know. Some of them are doing horses, some of them are doing archery. I don't know what they're doing, but we're putting out a call and putting major efforts into having new players. Here's how we're doing it. Number one, we have an ad in the Globe every week.
Okay.
Number two, we have a feature article coming up in a month, I think. Number three, we have a series of lessons that are starting on or about September 1st by experienced teachers for brand new players. And
Great.
number four, if you just want to play, come over to the club at noon every day, and we have a good chance of finding you a partner. We have a partnership desk to help new players get involved.
That's
At
great.
noon every day at Clubhouse 7, and the game starts at 12:30.
So now let's just say, for instance, a new player wants to come in, they show up at noon, you get them a partner, but they've never played before. Is that still okay?
It's not right for somebody that's never played
Okay,
before. Those people should sign up for the lesson series, which will be announced in the Globe and sent out in our newsletter. If you've
perfect.
never played before,
Okay,
we
good.
have the unit is sponsoring the Learn Bridge in a Day program sometime in the fall. That's a great forum for them. But we're asking the people who have played bridge before and just want to get back into it or meet some new friends to just show up at the club. We'll find you a partner, and I think you can renew some old skills and relationships, etc.
Love that. Well, thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate the information.
My pleasure. Nice talking to you, Lisa. Look forward to the next time.
All right, we'll see you again. Thank you.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And we'll be right back after this.